Exercise 5G, solution of exponential equations using logarithms. Today we are learning about solving exponential and logarithmic equations. And for your success criteria, you need to be able to determine the appropriate algebraic tool to rearrange an equation and also to utilize both exponential and logarithmic laws to solve for x. So we have been solving exponential equations already, but a lot of the time they've been really nice and tidy in order to be able to solve them. For example, you might get something like 5x is equal to 125, and that's really easy because all we have to do is write 5 to the power of 3, therefore x is equal to 3. But we are going to end up in situations where it's not that easy to use exponentials to be able to solve for x, and instead we need to use the idea that exponentials and logs are inverses of each other, and that's what's going to help us to solve. So, for example, 18. Solve 2 to the power of 2x minus 1 equal to 22, expressing the answer to 3 decimal places. So the fact that it's already told us to answer to 3 decimal places indicates that at some point we are going to use our calculator, but we're going to try and solve it for as far as we can by hand, and then at the last stage we'll go ahead and use our calculator. The first thing we're going to do is take that 2 over to the other side, and that's remembered by that swappy rule. So 2x minus 1 is equal to log 2 22. And from there, it should look like it's quite easy to get x by itself. I'm going to take the 1 over and then divide everything by 2. At this point, we can't work out what log 2 of 22 is, so we are going to need to put that into the calculator. Sorry, that should be also divided by 2. And when we divide that, or when we put that into our cas, we will get to 0.730. Example 19 is very similar, except now we're going to be using an inequality. The thing you have to remember about inequalities is that if you multiply or divide by a negative number, then what you need to do is you need to flip the sign. So if you have negative x is greater than 5, if we want to get x by itself, we'll divide both sides by negative 1. So that will be x is less than negative 5. So you need to recognize that the sign needs to be flipped. So we'll go ahead and complete this. We might not need to multiply by a negative, but just keep that at the back of your mind. So we're going to do the exact same thing, where we're going to take the 2 over to the other side by taking the log of both sides. That'll be log 212. We'll then take the 1 over and divide everything by 2, this time making sure to divide both terms by 2. Once again, I'm at a point where I'm not able to work this out by hand, so I now need to put that into the calculator, and once you put it into the cas, you'll find out that x is greater than 2.292. And that's the end of the exercise 5G.